contact lenses. Right now, Bismarck LASIK is offering free consultations for LASIK procedures. Break free from the daily hassles and expenses of glasses and contacts. Life is clearly better. Book your free consultation today with Bismarck LASIK and see the difference. Call 222-2020 or schedule online at bismarcklasik.com.
The best part about working at BNC National Bank is developing relationships.
I love working with people.
We've been here for over 25 years.
We've grown just like our communities we're in.
But we still have that personal connection with our customers.
And that's why we can find the best solutions for them.
It feels great seeing projects around the community and knowing we're a small part of making that happen.
We're helping people buy their first homes.
Plan for the future.
From startups to big business.
We're part of the community.
And we're proud of it.
Yours truly, BNC.
There's your first look inside the VFW Sports Arena in Bismarck. A mess in the WDA standings right now, a logjam, so to speak, and this one should be a good one. Hi again, hockey fans. It's the Mandan Braves in town to take on the homestanding Legacy Sabres. Alongside Layne Sedevie, Todd Domres welcoming you to our PSP Network broadcast booth. Perched above the ice here, and the barn is the VFW Sports Arena tonight. Mandan and Legacy warming up as Layne. Hey, did you have to check the score clock today? I mean, are the bulbs still okay?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. 12 years, I don't know if I've ever seen any. There was a time last night where I went to my assistant and I said, I think I need to leave the bench because I just can't. My heart can't take this. I mean, we were up by 3. We're tied. We're up by 3 again, and next thing you know, it's a 1-goal lead again with it's 8-7 with a minute left, and just I don't know. I've never seen anything like it, and quite frankly, I know we won, but I hope I don't see that again.
In case you missed it, the Bobcats beat North Iowa last night 9-7 right here at the VFW. They play again tonight later on, so Layne's got a cot. He's going to go take a nap in between our PSP broadcast and the Bobcats game tonight. But, hey, as we get set for this one, you've got the Mandan Braves 6-10 overall, the Legacy Sabres 6-8 overall, but in the West is really where their story is Mandan 6-7 in the WDA, Legacy 6-5, and they are dead on tied at 16 points apiece. And so you look at that, Layne, and you say, wow, there's some parity in the WDA this year. Obviously, you got Minot and Jamestown right now at the top, but from 1 till about 9, there's teams beating each other just about on a weekly basis.
Yeah, I mean, I would say to me, their story early on was Century. Now they're starting to win, so now they're creeping up there, and they're right in that mix too. And I mean, it's seedings are going to be they always are important. I mean, you're going to have to win a couple games to go to the state tournament. So I mean, that's how crucial it comes down to. And you got 6-7 teams there with 1 or 2 points between them. So every point matters. That's what happens.
Yeah, these games like today, when you got 2 teams dead on in the standings, these will be a large storyline in what happens come seeding time and the WDA tournament. Hey fans, our Shields pregame show rolls on. They offer clothing, footwear, and gear for your passions from fishing to fashion. Shop sporting goods, clothing, hunting, and fishing gear, and more at Shields of Minot and Bismarck. Take a time out. We'll come back and dig into more of the standings, and we'll run through some of the top producers in the WDA and the state as our pregame rolls on. It's Mandan, it's Legacy. More after this break on the PSP Network.
Thanks for buying some room.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zoom, zoom?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance?
If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Purchase 4 eligible Firestone tires and receive up to $120 in a prepaid Visa gift card. Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
Good to have John Haugen manning our camera today as we get set for action from the VFW. Mandan in those black uniforms, as you're viewing them warming up on the screen right now. And the Legacy Sabres. Hey, Layne, I got to ask you about these Sabres unis. You got to feel good. That's kind of a Bobcat look, right? I mean, the black and the gold.
Yeah, I mean, I think it definitely resembles the Bobcat uniforms. I mean, the big thing for me is I always go back and I always think of my owner's kind of on board, but I'm a big Pittsburgh Penguins fan. So anything that resembles the Penguins, I'm definitely on board with.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, fans, we mentioned those WDA standings. Minot and Jamestown tied right now at the top, 29 points. Bismarck High, without their leading scorer now for a few games, Hunter Acker, they've dropped down to number 3. Botno had a win last night, so they're with 19 points. And then you've got the logjam. Williston, Legacy, Mandan, all with 16 points. Century with 15. Dickinson with 14. And it is a mash right now of those 4 through 9 spots only separated by 5 points. So lots of things to settle. As a quick look at the WDA leading scorers, your top 3. Nolan Nenau from Jamestown, Ashton Collings from Williston, a couple of good players there that's lighting the lamp on a nightly basis. Nenau's got 38 points. Hunter Acker's number 3 in scoring in the WDA. And the thing about today's game, I guess, Layne, is on a per-goal basis, these teams are only putting up a couple goals a night. So 2.5 for the Sabres, 2.4 for the Mandan Braves. So I don't know if we're going to see a lot of scoring in this one tonight, but it's going to be a lot of back and forth hockey.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be interesting. I mean, when you look at it, you got to me, it's got to be scoring by committee, and I think that's probably what both coaches are kind of preaching. I mean, watching Legacy, obviously Butts has scored, I would say probably at their best clip, and they moved Caleb Moore up to forward. I don't know when they did that. I watched the Bismarck High game against Legacy, and now he's playing forward, so I don't know if they've had injuries or what it is, but I'm sure they're trying to find scoring, and I'm guessing that's what both teams are trying to find is having depth and depth scoring too.
It's a great segue, Layne, because I asked Coach Lamaru the exact same question, and we'll hear his answer right after this break. Our Shields pregame rolls on. They got all kinds of stuff. You can shop sporting goods, clothing, hunting, fishing gear, and more at Shields of Bismarck and Minot. As we alluded to, that's a tease in the business, by the way. Mario Lamaru comes up next, Coach's Corner, and we'll visit with Coach Lamaru about the Sabres when we come back after this break on the PSP Network. Time now for our Tires Plus Coach's Corner, joined now by Mario Lamaru. And Coach, 11 days off since your last game. Time to work on some special teams, some of the penalty kill, things like that. I guess, how did you guys manage this time off?
Yeah, obviously our last 2 games got postponed, so you just got to kind of create those game simulations at practice. So did our best to make the most of our time off. Sometimes it's a good thing to have some days off. Obviously 11 days in the middle of the season is not ideal, but it's just the cards you dealt, and I thought we had really good days of practice, and hopefully that'll carry over into today.
And a team that you got your first ever varsity win against is the Sabres, and this West is unbelievable. I mean, you're tied with Mandan right now. There's about 7 teams with about 5 or 6 point difference.
Yeah, I mean, it's tight. Every single game you can go across the whole season, and you can see that teams are beating each other, whether they're in first or in 8th or 7th, and it's a Wild West this year, and I think it makes it exciting, good for the hockey, and I think it'll come right down to the wire, probably in the last couple games of the year, depending on how things have finished up for seedings.
Hey, talk about Caleb Moore a little bit. I noticed that he's listed as a defenseman and playing the blue line, but you got him playing as a forward tonight. Talk about that change.
Yeah, we were just trying to find a way to utilize Caleb's skills. He's got a lot of ability and just looking for a little more punch up front, and I thought Caleb was a good move to get him up there, and obviously hopefully it can be a quick transition for him. Not easy to change positions in the middle of the year, but so far he's done a good job.
Hey, Coach, talk about the style of hockey that you like. Every coach has this kind of lens that they like to see out on the ice. What's that style for you?
Tenacious. I want guys hungry for the puck. I think every coach will say, we want to play a fast game, and, we're all those same things, but I want players that are tenacious, that are hungry for the puck. They're hungry to score. They're hungry to defend, and I thought we've gotten better over the year to kind of fit that mold.
Hey, good stuff, and good luck today, and best of luck the rest of the way.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, that's Mario Lamaru, the head coach of the Legacy Sabres. When we come back, we'll dig into more of the matchup. It's the Sabres and the Braves. More after this break on the PSP Network. Pregame. It's time for the Tires Plus Coach's Corner, joined right now by head coach of the Mandan Braves, Layne Matson. And Coach, it's kind of been up and down. You guys had some signature wins this year over the likes of Minot, over the likes of Bismarck High, over the likes of Century, but then there's been some down periods. Do you attribute that to just having a young club?
Yeah, I'd say that and a lot of different factors. I mean, I don't think ever in the history of our program where we can say we had wins against Minot, Century, and Bismarck High all in the same season, and then have losses against Botno or anybody else. But we're definitely proud of what we've accomplished. There's a lot of parity in the league. I mean, as we can tell in the standings, I mean, there's just a couple points between third to ninth place. So it's a good year. It's very competitive. It's going to come down basically to every shift and every period. So every game counts.
These guys got you over at Starion about a month ago. What do you need to do different today to kind of change that outcome for the Braves?
Well, that was a different game. That was our first real home game. I mean, first home game and first real game of the season, I think. And they had a little bit of depth on us. That was our fourth or fifth of the season. And so, we had a little butterflies. It's definitely a young team, and it was a packed house. They had a great crowd, and we had a great crowd. So we definitely had a lot of nerves. And just as them with a young team and us, we've learned a lot. We've grown a lot, and hoping we can repay the favor tonight.
You guys have been running two goalies out there pretty much the whole year. You got Layne in the net today. Talk about that kind of luxury as a club to have two guys in that room.
Absolutely. It's been great. Both Dom and Benny are just great teammates. They support each other. They know when they're ready to go. They just push each other to the next level. So it's good that we have every great team starts in the back end in the blue paint, and we have two of those. So Benny's going to get the nod tonight. So I look forward to see what we can do.
All right, last question for you. I like to ask coaches this: hey, when your team's on the ice, every coach kind of has that lens of what they like to see, and what is that? What is that thing that you like to see when your team's out there playing well?
Well, we're dialed in and focused, just the little things, one thing we've been really working well, and we take back on our wins and our big wins. It started on the back end with our decor, whether we can, Legacy's going to come hard on us with their ozone pressure, and so we got to make sure we're ready for that, make that first pass and push it on to the next level, to the neutral ice, and then get it on to the next level from there into the ozone, and then continue on with our forecheck, get our cycle going, and get pucks on net. So it's just the little things that just add up to the big thing, and if we can't do that first part in our own zone, it's going to be a long night.
Hey, good stuff, Coach. Good luck today and rest of the season.
Thank you so much.
All right, that's Layne Matson. We'll be back with more after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Thank you.
If your eyes could talk, they'd tell you life is better with LASIK. No more reaching for your glasses. No more dry eye from overwearing your contact lenses. Right now, Bismarck LASIK is offering free consultations for LASIK procedures. Break free from the daily hassles and expenses of glasses and contacts. Life is clearly better. Book your free consultation today with Bismarck LASIK and see the difference. Call 222-2020 or schedule online at bismarcklasik.com.
The best part about working at BNC National Bank is developing relationships.
I love working with people.
We've been here for over 25 years.
We've grown just like our communities we're in.
But we still have that personal connection with our customers.
And that's why we can find the best solutions for them.
It feels great seeing projects around the community and knowing we're a small part of making that happen.
We're helping people buy their first homes.
Plan for the future.
From startups to big business.
We're part of the community.
And we're proud of it.
Yours truly, BNC.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
We're back at the VFW Sports Arena as we get set. Sports Center, Sports Arena. That's simulcast in my mind, or it would be the same thing, I guess. Mock sneaks. Makes no difference?
Pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close. All right. Todd, Domres, Layne, Sedevie as we get set for Mandan and Legacy in a WDA boys hockey matchup. And Layne, let's talk a little bit about the goalies and the concept, I guess. Leif Matson, the head coach for the Mandan Braves, been running two netminers out there the entire season, Dom Kautzman and Benny Langang. And then Mario Lamaru has been playing, his guy, Tyler Miller, the entire season. So talk about that from a coaching standpoint. Do you want that one guy that has the rhythm every single night, or do you like to have two guys that have some ice time so that, hey, if somebody has a bad night or an injury or whatnot, then you kind of have that plan? I'm sure there's pros and cons to each way.
Yeah, I think if you probably look at any of the, best tandems or whatever you want to call it, you always kind of want to have that probably that 1A, 1B. There's a lot of teams. That just the scary part is if if you have an injury and you don't have anybody else who's played minutes, and it's just one of those things that in that position, it's you never know until a kid gets in there how he's going to step in and how he's going to play. So I think it's very different. Miller's obviously their horse. They've rode him all year long. It doesn't look like that's going to change. And to me, kind of when you look at Mandan's goalie stats, you could almost say that maybe looking at it as a former goaltender, maybe somebody needs to. The numbers are so similar. They're both around a 3.2. One's a 3.2, one's 3.4, and they're both at almost right at 90%. And maybe that coaching staff is also looking for a guy to really kind of take the job and run too.
Yeah, grab the reins, so to speak, and take off with it. You mentioned Bennett Langang at 3.16 is goals against average, 90% save percentage. You turn the tail over to the Legacy Sabres netminder and Tyler Miller. Both these kids are just sophomores, Langang and Miller. And Miller's a nice 2.66 goals against average and a 91% save percentage. So, both these guys, based on those numbers, are at least keeping their team in most games each on a night in and night out basis.
Yeah, I think if you, I always think of it almost the same as a pitcher. Run support isn't very good, I don't think, for either of these teams when you look at those numbers. 2.6 and a cracking a 91.5, and he's 5.8 and 1. You just can look at it right there and say, well, anytime your stats as a goaltender are 2.5 and 92, you should be probably 8.5 and 1 or flip that around. So. I think those are pretty respectable numbers, really. Anytime you're 90 above, you're giving your team a chance to win every night.
Well, I think it has a lot to do with Mandan scoring 2.4 a night and Legacy scoring 2.5 a night. Well, if you do that, you're going to put your goalkeepers in the crosshairs every single night. One other thing I wanted to follow up on head coach Lamaru's comments about Caleb Moore. He's a kid that's got 9 points on the season, and those are from the blue line. He's been playing as a D-man pretty much the entire season, but now he's up with that top line for the Sabres, and I'm sure that's a decision that didn't come easy for the coaching staff for the Sabres, but, hey, they got a lot of firepower now on that top line.
Yeah, I mean, I think it probably gives them, they're probably trying to build a line that they can maybe go to or lean on at any time or any situation in the game. And, I think, and then you come back with, with Avery and that line. I think it probably gives them some of that depth that they're looking for. I mean, that was, some of the games I've watched this year. I think, to me, it seems like the team that has been able to roll 3-4 lines on a consistent basis has had more success. And, I think that's, I know at least the way I like it. I mean, it's nice to have 4 lines and, or have 3 real solid ones and a 4th one that you're real comfortable throwing out there. So to me, that's when when you send me the pre-notes, the first thing I noticed, is that he obviously was up top there playing on the top line. So my guess was they're looking for that some kind of scoring punch and probably scoring by committee.
Well, and I'm sure that you pointed out, as you just mentioned, that Legacy's running 4 lines out there. Mandan's got 3 lines and a couple forwards they'll mix in, but I think you saw a little bit of this play out in the game that they played a month ago over at Starion. Legacy has 2 third-period goals, and, hey, those extra minutes that you buy from that 4th line on a night-in and night-out basis pay dividends usually in that 3rd period.
Yeah, I mean, that's really the key. You try and wear teams down, and, hopefully you're in a good spot going into the 3rd period. I know that's one thing, especially, I mean, you look at, Legacy has 2 games postponed. I mean, they're, I believe, going to have to make those games up, so I'm sure he's looking at that as well. Trying to not wear obviously his personnel down late here in the season before the WDA tournament. So, I think teams that do have depth in that, that have it's one of those things where I think even with the delays in all sorts of sports that you've seen with COVID, there's no real guarantee, or you get bad roads and games are canceled and you get 11 days off. It's one of those things where I think in the last 2 years, coaches in sports have seen a lot of new stuff and have to deal with a lot of new stuff. So, it could be a big push for them here late with games being canceled, and he's probably hoping to have that depth on that push.
Yeah, you really don't know what's going to happen lately. I mean, there's weather, there's influenza A, there's COVID, there's injuries, and your depth's going to get tested because there's going to be a lot of games piling up now, especially for the Sabres that have 2 of them canceled in the last 10 days. So they'll lean on those 4 lines most nights, I would imagine, for Coach Lamaru. All right, more to come as we're closing in on the opening face-off tonight, the lineups, and so much more as we get set for the Legacy Sabres hosting the Mandan Braves in this boys WDA hockey matchup. More of our pregame, our Shields pregame, after this break on the PSP Network.
Carson, timeout.
Who calls a timeout in this game?
Me, I'm icing the kicker.
Really?
It'll give us more time to talk about First Western Bank and Trust.
Like our convenient online banking.
Along with smart trust service options.
We're all about hometown service with bankers that know you and the community.
Okay, go ahead and kick.
I don't believe this.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
This broadcast presentation on the PSP Network is brought to you by BNC National Bank, Planning Team Financial, Sport Clips, Tires Plus, Bismarck LASIK, First Western Bank and Trust, Jobbers Moving and Storage, The Medicine Shop, Hub International Insurance, The Chuppy Clinic, and Prairie Rose Family Dentists. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, LLC, doing business as Goss Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Back at the BFW Sports Arena as we're on our Shields pregame. They offer clothing, footwear, gear for your passion from fishing to fashion. Shop sporting goods, clothing, hunting, and fishing gear, and more at Shields of Minot and Bismarck. Quick look at our BNC National Bank scoreboards. We'll be updating you on action from around the state today as you got Hockey Day in North Dakota taking place over in Jamestown. Also the big Hockey Day in Minnesota today, too, as they got a full slate of games, including the matchup tonight, the home and away with the Wild and the Blackhawks tonight from the Excel Energy Center. So that's an interesting day as both North Dakota and Minnesota have. How much outdoor hockey did you get to play as a prep or as official games, not just out in the neighborhood playing games?
Zero,
really?
I don't even think it was. I will tell you this. I grew up on the Legion here in Bismarck, and James Mason's backyard and my backyard, and that's where we grew up playing. But there was no really official games on the outdoor ponds when we were kids.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Those kids get to experience that. Now, the last few years in Jamestown, they roll out the red carpet on the campus of the University of Jamestown, and Minnesota's doing the same thing. And so I don't know who copied who there, but that's got to be fun. Other than when they did a little one in Fargo at the lights outdoor, there was about minus 12 that night, and so it took them a little bit to thaw out after that.
I was pretty surprised when even the outdoor game the Wild had here. I mean, it was. I thought for sure they were going to postpone it with those temperatures, but I mean, it's been a lot of fun. I mean, I know I've had former players that have played in Hockey Day in Minnesota and that sort of stuff. So I think it's a real neat atmosphere for obviously pro hockey players and high school kids and youth as well.
Yep, dang right. Says, here's those other games we're tracking for in that BNC National Bank scoreboard. The BNC folks got financial solutions for your life and business. They're customer-focused, community-driven, the bank for business people. West Fargo is at Fargo South Shanley today. We'll get some finals from these games as I'm efforting them right now as Century is playing in Grand Forks Central. That one started at 2:30, so about an hour into it, not final yet. Botno Rugby is at Dickinson tonight in a WDA contest. Fargo North and Fargo Davies, and Bismarck High plays a little later on today against Red River, again at the Hockey Day in Jamestown. Finals from last night, Fargo Davies put one on Grafton Park River 12-0. Central shuts out West Fargo Cheyenne 6-buff. Grand Forks Red River has a close one with Fargo North as the Riders win that one 4-3. Jamestown in the beginning of Hockey Night in North Dakota takes care of Devils Lake 2-0. On that outdoor ice in Jamestown, and Botno Rugby gets a win over Hazen Beulah that even separated them from the logjam. They were a 16. They got 3 points last night in that win, and so Botno Rugby is now number 4 in the WDA. All right, fans, we are closing in on getting ready here at the VFW. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First off, for the Mandan Braves and their fifth-year head coach, Layne Matson. They'll go like this. Their left wingers, Tucker Horner. The center tonight for the Braves, at least the first guy on the ice, will be Trinity Anderson. Just a freshman, Anderson. They got 8 points. Tate Olson's your right winger for the Braves. Your defensive pair, Preston McElvaney, is a senior on the blue line, and he'll be joined back there by Brady Helbling. Those two are captains for Layne Matson, and in that tonight for the Mandan Braves is Bennett Langgang. He's got a 3.13 goals against average and 90% save percentage tonight for the Mandan Braves. For the Legacy Sabres, they'll roll this one out there as their left wing is Caleb Moore, the senior, just introduced into that first line tonight. Marcus Butts, the leading scorer, the point getter for the Legacy Sabres. He's the center. The right wing is Strider McMahon, and your defensive pair, Elliot Hahn and Samuel Stanton, are back there for head coach Mario Lamaru in his first season at the helm. You know, as a goalie, How about in Tyler Miller in goal tonight? As a goalie, having Ryan Farragher on the staff, that's got to be kind of a good thing as a young sophomore goalie getting tutelage from a guy like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's pretty cool actually. Two guys on that bench right now are former Bobcats, and obviously Farragher's career, and Patrick Coyne also played for me as well. So it's really neat to see those guys obviously giving back to. I mean, Ryan's not from he's from Fort Francis and resides here now, so it's awesome for him to be working with obviously the youth and goalies in our high school programs.
Well, the lineup's being introduced right now, as we mentioned. Horner, Anderson, Olsen, McIlvaney, Helbling, Langgang out there for the Braves, and Moore, Butts, McMahon, Hahn, and Stanton, and Miller on the ice for the Legacy Sabres. Our upcoming PSP schedule looks like this. You got boys basketball tonight on the air, Mandan at Minot. Then our next action turns to next week. You got double headers on Tuesday night, Minot and Bismarck, girls and boys doubleheader, as the Magi will be in town to take on the Demons at Carlgard Gymnasium, and then we'll have Legacy at Mandan on Tuesday night as well, and a girls and boys doubleheader. Our next hockey action, Minot at Mandan next Thursday night, as Nick Holberg will have the call of these very Braves in Minot to take on the Magi at Pepsi Arena. Anthem is next. We'll come back and drop the puck. It's the Sabres and the Braves after this break on the PSP Network.
Comes back the way down to Oproot, and Oproot sends it forward to Luck. Luck's got a 2-on-1 into the zone. Luck dropped it back. Morellington shoots. He scores! Oh, what a twisted wrister from Morelli. He made no doubt about it. Short-handed goal for the Magi. They lead 2-0.
At Prairie Rose Family Dentists, we treat our patients like family. We have 14 highly experienced dentists with incredibly caring dental teams. We have more locations, more services, and extended hours to make sure your dental needs get fulfilled, your questions get answered, and you have the comfortable and high-quality experience you deserve. Call us or visit our website to schedule an appointment today. Prairie Rose Family Dentists. We are family.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
We are set for WDA hockey as the anthem has been sung. Nice rendition there. Officials are ready. Benches are ready. Two teams getting their final huddles, and we got 51 minutes of hockey ready for you today on the PSP Network. As Layne, we didn't get some of the keys, but obviously a couple for me are 4 lines versus 3. How's that going to play out over the course of the game? And then, hey, Legacy took it to Mandan the last time these two teams played, and the way things have played out in the WDA, I bet you dang that Mandan didn't forget about that one the last time that they came over to their place and took it to them.
Yeah, I mean, I think it will be interesting to see the depth and obviously the scoring, which we've touched on. But, hey, I'll tell you what, from previously playing in these games, it was always a great rivalry. I mean, any Bismarck-Mandan game seemed to have some great intensity and was never forgotten if we beat them bad. They always seem to come back and be ready to play.
Yeah, there's your opening drop of the puck, and we are underway from the VFW tonight, and quickly gets sent into the Legacy bench, and immediately Legacy with that last change tonight as the home team matches up their number 2 line against the number 2 line for the Mandan Braves that were out there. So you got McMahon, Will, and Mose on the ice for the Legacy Sabres. Draw back to Helbling. Squirts up ahead to neutral ice and into the Legacy zone. Mandan on the chase. Horner trying to dig it out of the corner. Still battling. Little zone time here for the Mandan Braves. It comes out to the line. Center ice. Legacy will control. Stanton squirts it up ahead. Now Helbling has it for Mandan. Big check to start the night. Mandan sends it in. A dump and chase by the Braves. Legacy back. Hahn plays it off the boards. Mandan at center. Just underway on your BNC Bank scoreboard. WDA hockey from the VFW Arena in Bismarck. Todd, Domres, Layne, Sedevie. Here comes Hyder into the zone for Mandan. He's knocked off the puck behind the net. Squirts up ahead. Fleck from the right dot. Sends it in front. That's blocked. Loose in the middle of the ice and flipped up the center. Knocked down in neutral zone, and Mandan has it. Wheeling and burning is Johnner to the center ice, and now it's taken away. And here's a chance for Marcus Butts. Gets the poke checked off his stick. Mandan retrieves, and now on a rush. Johnner will dump it in, and a change for Mandan. Both teams change on the fly, just a couple minutes into the contest. Out front, Johnner wide on the shot. From the right dots, just misfired there. Butts has it for Legacy. Squirts out to center. Bachmeyer controls. Beachel sends it in. Back deep to receive is Hager on the far side boards. Bodied up in the corner. Mandan on the forecheck. And Legacy will clear it out to center. Bachmeyer sends it back. Beachel comes across to McElvaney off his stick. 14:40 to play and a scoreless first quarter. First one of the night. Layne will be skating up the sidelines in a minute here. First period, that is. Come on, give me a break. Comes back out to the high on the points. Shot wide. Sent out by McElvaney. Off the boards. Legacy's got some ice. And on a rush, here comes the Sabres. Braxton Wetzel carries it in. Bottled up in the corner. Johnner's banging in there, along with Easton Mose of Legacy. Now Legacy has it. Quick chance in front, and it just sails through the crease. Probably the best opportunity tonight so far. Deflected shot in front, going to be bottled up and covered by Bennett Langgang. Probably the first shot of the contest.
It's the first time Legacy had some zone time there, too. It seemed like Mandan had a good push there. I think you were right. I mean, they had a decent forecheck and didn't really one good chance in the slot, but didn't hit the net.
Drawn to Mandan zone, controlled by the Braves, but it's kept in by Legacy. Out high, now sent back in deep behind the nets. Trinity Anderson sends it up ahead, out of the zone, now back in. Fleck has it for Mandan, now to center. Snap pass, and now Legacy fires a shot wide. Tate Olson slung that one deep. Now back in the corner. Mandan on the forecheck again, but Legacy is going to clear it out to center ice. Fleck will just dump it right back in for Mandan. Well, the majority of this first period has been played in the Legacy end. Mandan's probably displayed the quicker of the two teams on the ice thus far. Here comes Marcus Butts. That top line for Legacy as they shoot it in, and they'll have a dump and chase. Back behind the nets, Caleb Moore, the goal! They sent it out front, and Strider McMahon buried it. One nothing Legacy. Hardly a chance to speak of for the Legacy Sabres, and they lead 1-0.
Yeah, they came right back with that top line too. They were just out there, kind of a little bit of a double shift there. I would say another line in between them, came back, and got the lead now.
We'll get the official announcement. It would sure look to me like it was Strider McMahon off of the assist from Caleb Moore. As you get an icing call. No, it was not. It was Marcus Butts who had the goal. Oh, I was wrong all around, Layne.
Well, so far their plan worked. He just got the apple.
Yep. Marcus Butts with the goal, the team leader, on the assist from Caleb Moore. Right back on the attack. Moore, tight angle shot there on the far boards. Battling for it. And winning that puck battle is the Mandan Braves. Mandan with a cross ice pass, and here comes Hyder. Matt Hyder tangled up at center, and right back into the Mandan zone comes Legacy. Right in front of our vantage point. Hyder slams on the brakes, sends it cross ice. Johnner tipped away. Legacy retreats, and Hyder sends it off the boards and has a chase. Into the corner it goes, pops out. Mandan, Johnner dumps it right back in. Legacy's Jamison Johnson dumps it out to center. And here comes Legacy. Johnson on the push, near side, bumped off the puck. Souther can't get a stick on it. Back to the D line for Legacy. Mandan presses in, fighting in the corner. Now Fox has a chance with some ice on the far side. Legacy on a rush out. 2-on-2 developing, but it's off the stick of Souther. Cleared out of there by Dalton Fleck. Gives it off to Aarons, who lost his skate, and then now it's a half wall. They bottle it up and dump it in deep to the Sabres. Fleck turns and burns, leaves a Sabre in the dust. And on a breakout, here comes Mandan. Fleck carries it, fires it in. Bounces back behind the net. Legacy comes out. Skating into neutral ice is Legacy's. Shot up there by the Sabres was Elliot Hahn, and now it's going to be tied up. Langgang fell on that one. That was a D lineman on the rush there as Hahn kind of trying to go coast to coast, but a good job closing that near side off by Langgang. Hey fans, today's game brought to you in part by the Medicine Shop of Bismarck. They're proud to support local athletes. Medicine Shop offers free delivery. You can get your flu shot at the Medicine Shop. McMahon will battle behind the net. And they're going to get a hand pass.
Tried to be a receiver.
Yeah.
With the quarters.
Is official will send it to the blocker side of Bennett Langgang. Face-off is won by Mandan. Anderson punched out of the zone by Bachmeyer. And now Parker Bachmeyer has it again, but he has it poke checked away. Now on a rush, here comes Anderson, but he has it slipped away. Good job bottling up that rush there by Legacy. Mandan, it's kept in there at the line by Legacy. Still in the zone, now it pops out. Retrieving it is Farland. And he just backs up. Sets up the rush for Josiah Will. Coming down the near boards. Slipped in and right back out. And they're going to wave off icing as it just barely got over the goal line. Taken away there. Now Mandan with a turnover. Hayter fires a shot off the pads. Steered to the corner by Miller. And now it squirts out to neutral ice. On the carry, here comes Braxton Hager with a shot. Pad save there by Langgang. Back out to center it goes, and looks like, was it going to be offside?
Yes.
9:09 to play, first period. Legacy on top, 1-0. Marcus Butts with the goal. Caleb Moore with the assist, as you said, Layne. Early returns for that number 1 line, the reorganized line number 1 for Mario Lamaru.
Yeah, they're pushing hard with this group right now.
Poked off the stick of Kyan Johnner. Mandan backs it up. Helbling boards a pass out to center. Marcus Butts has a stick on it. Poked away by Keelan. Now into the zone comes Legacy. Sent around near boards. Held in there by Joel Anderson. Just temporarily, though, as here comes Helbling for Mandan. 2-on-2. Now the Sabres are back quickly. Helbling still carrying it in. Throws it in front to Hyder. Nowhere to go. Hyder still has the puck on his stick. Throws it in front, in the slot, in the crease. No shot. Good job of lifting sticks there by the Sabres. Mandan couldn't get any wood on it. Back in comes Beachel. And a pass in the middle, taken away. Here comes Legacy. Flying up is Moore. Shot. Glove save from the right dots. Caleb Moore, the heavy wrist shot. Gloved by Langang, and it'll be face off to the glove side of Bennett Langang.
It's probably the line combination you want against that top line, too. That was Mandan's top line. They actually got some zone time against them.
Draw one by the Sabres. Hahn from the high point puts a shot on net, deflected by Langang. Far boards. Battle for it. Legacy slams it right back in the zone. Actually keeps it in the zone. Aarons gets a stick on it. Fleck evades. Now it's slapped behind the net. Will on the chase. Good check there by Aarons. And now Avery McMahon tries to get it in the center of the ice. Can't do it, but it slips out to center. Legacy. Mose sends it right back in, and a change for both teams. Fleck looking ahead. Beckel tries to get it to Anderson, and now Fleck will just dump it in for Mandan. 1-0 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. As it's going to be a delayed offsides, as now Mandan gets out of the zone. 1-0, Legacy leads with 7:07 to play first period. McElvaney in his own end. Dumps it off to Tate Olson, taking off his stick, dumped to the far corner. Mandan tries a breakout, and here comes Trinity Anderson. Down the near sideline. Ooh, nice hip check there. Is nowhere to go for Anderson. Taken off the puck nicely by the Sabres. Legacy fires it up ahead to Nelson Poppy, but it's off his stick. And there's Anderson. He's quick. Right back as in flying the ointment is Anderson as it's bottled up in that corner. Now Anderson hits a deck. Oh, and we're going to get our first penalty of the night. I don't know. I couldn't tell if that was that heavy of a hit or an elbow or what, but it was certainly an Academy Award as Trinity Anderson hit the ice hard.
Yeah, I think the big key there was puck was missing, maybe on the hip, but yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where I can't really comment on refs. I get in trouble when I do that. So, and I can't beat up Liff. I mean, Liff is he's a great ref, obviously a local guy, and been a lot of good local refs for Minot and Bismarck, and Liff's refs a lot of NCHC games for the Sioux too.
Oh yeah. Tyler Liffrig's great ref. Is a quick power play shot there by McElvaney. Long wristers gloved easily by Tyler Miller. Interference is the official call. Hager goes off. 2 minutes, so Mandan on the power play. 6:21 to play in the first period. Let's see if Mandan can tie this thing up as Helbling has it come out to center. Hyder turns and burns. Gets it in deep, and Legacy slams it off the boards and out. Nice clear there by the Sabres. Mandan has not got set up yet on the power play. Johnner gets it up to Keelan. Back to Johnner. Drags it, shoots it. Glove save. Tyler Miller smothers that one. That's one thing I don't like about the VFW is they don't put the shots on goal until after the period's over.
Yeah, I don't know why they do that.
Is it always been like that?
No, our games they do it.
They do it as is?
Yeah, they do it as they come.
Sure. Power play face-off controlled by no one yet. Now Mandan has it. Dumping it down low was Tate Olson off the stick of Trinity Anderson. Steering it now, here's Helbling. Nope, that's Fleck, beg your pardon. Shot is blocked, and it's tipped out. And now a shorthanded rush by Mose is tipped away, poke checked, and Mandan will retrieve with 55 on the power play. Off the stick there of Miller. Now Aarons has it. And he carries it in. Tate Olson has a stick on it. It's down deep. Olson, Horner battling for Mandan. As Horner is going to get it up ahead to Dalton Fleck. Now Horner has to come off for just a moment. Mandan looks like they retain possession. Now Legacy takes it away and send it right down. It gets bottled up at center. And Mandan with 20 on the power play still has a man advantage. Sent in there by Keelan. Kept in by Hyder. Deep, tried to center it. Bounced to the back of the net. Now out in front, Johnner couldn't get a stick on it. Slammed toward the goal there by Aarons. Still back deep. Keelan, now they're at full strength. Legacy, a good job of killing that penalty. Couple good chances as Hyder has it taken away, and here comes Legacy. Dumping it in deep was Nelson Poppy. On the chase is Vassie. Here comes Marcus Butts. Sends it up high. Shot. Slap shot right into the belly of Bennett Langang. Those are the ones you like, right? Goalie Sedevie is a slap shot that nobody's in front of you from the point, right?
Yeah, it's nice.
Not going to be a lot of those that are ever going to get through.
Hopefully early on it gives you a feel for the puck.
Yep. Stay tuned. Our intermission comes up, brought to you by Hub International Insurance. Draw one there by Mandan. Tip behind the Braves' net. McElvaney banged in the boards by Marcus Butts. Here comes Betchel. Still out on the stick, wide on the shot. Kept in by McElvaney. Fox had a stick on it. Now it comes back out to center. Bachmeyer sends it right back in. Mandan on the chase, and Legacy slips it out to center. Right back into the zone. Jamison Johnson on the chase for Legacy. Johnson pirouettes. Oh, lost it right in front. Fox turns, but it's wide. Check that. That was not Fox. That was Beachel. Almost a costly turnover there for Legacy. Mandan keeps it in. Sent down deep behind the nets. Retrieved. Kept in there by Bachmeyer. And now you got a developing 2-on-1. Here comes Legacy. Will fires. Saved by Mandan. Langang closed the door. 2-on-1 there. I was looking for maybe a pass and a wide open net, but can't fault anybody for getting a shot on goal from that distance and that spot, but closed up nicely by Langang.
It's a good save. I mean, it's one where you want that as a goaltender. You want the shot. I mean, I think if he moves that across, it's maybe a tap in, but hey, it's a big save in a 1-0 game here in the first.
2:47 to play in that first. Mandan wins the draw, keeps it inside the blue line. Anderson, puck battle on that far wall, sent in deep in the corner. Anderson sends around to Wetzel. Wetzel battling, now it comes free. Nowhere for Mandan to get any tape on it, and here comes Legacy. Easton Mose carries it in. Banged into there by a couple Braves, and Mandan comes out. Cross ice pass. Here comes Tate Olson riding it in, and a penalty's coming up. Delayed call in the slot. Shot there by Keelan. Ooh, the leading scorer for the Mandan Braves had a great look there and a big save by Tyler Miller. But we will have the Mandan Braves on the power play.
Looking for an answer here. I mean, 2 power plays early. I feel like they've had good zone time. They're dumping a lot of pucks. I think the big thing is they got to get those pucks to the net.
Anderson into the box for Legacy. It was almost a 5-on-3 there, but they let Sabres get one more guy on the ice. Holding is the official call on Anderson. Mandan wins the draw. 2 minutes exactly left in the period, so Mandan will have the final stanza here of the first on the power play. Back deep behind the net is Johnner. Gives it off to Keelan. Johnner tries to come out front. Knocked down, knocked away, kept in by Mandan. Squishing it in there is McElvaney. And now it looks like Legacy's going to be able to clear this, and they just chop it all the way down the ice. Fleck back to retrieve. Butts bangs him into the boards, and here comes Hyder.
Ooh. Interference.
And, yep.
Ooh, rough.
Penalty coming. And we'll be at even strength as Dalton Fleck into the box for Mandan. Even strength for the last 140.
A little 4-on-4 action.
Last 114, I beg your pardon, of the period. And then Legacy will have a 46-second power play to start our second period. First intermission brought to you by Hub International comes up next. 1:10 to play. Legacy leads 1-0 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. Sabres. McMahon. Back up to the line to Johnson. Into the slot, McMahon. Back to Johnson, blocked. Tate Olson brings it out for Mandan. 4-on-4, drags it, shoots it. Soft shot there, gloved easily by Tyler Miller. The netminder for the Legacy Sabres. Legacy on top, 1-0 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. Mandan on the power, or no, check that. It's a 4-on-4 for the last 47 seconds. Helbling holds it in. Hyder on the near wall. Comes out, Aarons. Tries to drop it towards the net, and it's redirected. And Miller just falls on it with 33 seconds to play in the first period. Hey fans, today's game brought to you in part by Tires Plus. When you're shopping for tires, shop Tires Plus and visit them online at TiresPlusND.com. Draw one by Mandan. Helbling, center point. Right side dot shot there by Hyder. Steered away. Now back down deep. Mandan tries to throw it out front blocked away. A lot of ice and a lot of space and time usually with 4-on-4. Just 15 seconds to play here in the period. Here comes Legacy. McMahon fires. Ooh, might have went off the lid of Langang. Mandan. Hyder had to go off his stick. And that's the way our first period will go into the books. A goal by Marcus Butts. His 13th point of the season, his 8th goal, a team high. 8 goals for Butts, and Legacy leads 1-0. Our first intermission comes up next, brought to you today by Hub International Insurance. Call them today for all your personal and business insurance needs. BNC Bank scoreboard at the end of 1. It's Legacy 1, Mandan 0.
The North Dakota Safety Council is dedicated to preventing injuries and saving lives by offering hundreds of safety courses. The NDSC helps workers return home safely every night and make sure schools are ready for any emergency. Our first aid training and defensive driving courses help save lives. We empower people through personal protection courses and operational risk assessments for businesses. We're a private, nonprofit organization committed to making North Dakota's homes, schools, communities, workplaces, and roads the safest in the nation. Learn more at ndsc.org.
This broadcast presentation on the PSP Network is brought to you by BNC National Bank, Planning Team Financial, Sport Clips, Tires Plus, Bismarck Lasik, First Western Bank and Trust, Jobbers Moving and Storage, The Medicine Shop, Hub International Insurance, The Chuppy Clinic, and Prairie Rose Family Dentists.
Carson, timeout.
Who calls a timeout in this game?
Me, I'm icing the kicker.
Really?
It'll give us more time to talk about First Western Bank and Trust,
Like our convenient online banking.
along with smart trust service options.
We're all about hometown service with bankers that know you and the community.
Okay, go ahead and kick.
I don't believe this.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The best part about working at BNC National Bank is developing relationships.
I love working with people.
We've been here for over 25 years.
We've grown just like our communities we're in.
But we still have that personal connection with our customers.
And that's why we can find the best solutions for them.
It feels great seeing projects around the community and knowing we're a small part of making that happen.
We're helping people buy their first homes.
Plan for the future.
From startups to big business.
We're part of the community.
And we're proud of it.
Yours truly, BNC.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
At Prairie Rose Family Dentists, we treat our patients like family. We have 14 highly experienced dentists with incredibly caring dental teams. We have more locations, more services, and extended hours to make sure your dental needs get fulfilled, your questions get answered, and you have the comfortable and high-quality experience you deserve. Call us or visit our website to schedule an appointment today. Prairie Rose Family Dentists. We are family.
I could have John Haugen producing our camera today, running our camera. Nick Holberg, our producer. Good to have you tuned in to this WDA hockey matchup from the VFW Sports Arena. Todd Domres, Layne, Sedevie, as we're back in our Hub International Insurance intermission. Legacy leads 1-0 on that BNC Bank scoreboard. Legacy with 8 shots in that first period. Mandan with 6. 1 goal allowed by Langgang for Mandan, and I guess good action, back and forth, even shots. Couple Mandan penalties. Legacy with 1 penalty, and Legacy will have some power play opportunity here, starting the second period. As they were at 4-on-4 to end the first period, but Legacy will be on a short power play here to start the second.
Yeah, I mean, I thought, I think it seemed like Mandan had some jump there. Maybe a little more zone time. I felt like they wanted to dump a lot of pucks and maybe not necessarily make plays off the rush. I think for me the big key is how do they get those pucks back and then get them towards the paint. Because it kind of felt like they dictated play a little bit there. Obviously, I think the big key is your line matchups against that top line if they're going to keep double shifting or coming back with those guys often.
It's our first intermission. Hey, one thing I wanted to ask you, Layne, I heard I'm good friends with Mike Peluso, and one of the things he said, he's blessed with a great set of mitts. Okay? You know what I mean? Obviously, you look over here and you see Peluso's got his stuff at the rink here, but if you had to describe that exact thing right there about being, a good set of mitts, what exactly does that mean for somebody that has never maybe heard that before?
Well, I mean, I don't know how old Mikey is right now, but the luxury I had as a halfway decent goaltender growing up in this city is he had keys to the rink, and Mike and I would come here many late nights, and he would shoot on me. And I always tell the story. He used to be able to shoot a puck so hard, it was unbelievable. And then I felt like when he kept coming back, and the higher he got up, he would place pucks, and I was like, Mike, like you're driving me nuts here. Everyone's going posting in. He just had that skill. I mean, you talk about silky mitts or whatever it is. I mean, he gets a puck, he can shoot it. But even now, I think he posted a TikTok video. I mean, he can flat out stick handle a puck. So to me, it's one of those things where if you want to say silky mitts or whatever, it's a stick skill. I mean, that's accepting pucks in tough areas, in tight, being able to, to get it from your forehand, backhand, forehand, get it up top under the bar. That was a gift that Mikey just flat out is the best that I've ever seen come out of this state for sure.
It's funny you say that because as a young kid, I had a chance to play basketball against a state tournament team, and I was young, like a middle schooler, like 8th grader, but I got to be the scout team against a team that was really good. And I tell you what, that made me that much better, but playing against that level of competition as a young kid. It sounded like you maybe had the same kind of experience. You get Mike Bluso firing shots at you. Hey, you're going to figure it out pretty quick, right?
Yeah, I mean, that was a phone call that I always I was thankful my parents let me go to the rink at 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night, and he would literally just work pucks from each corner, top of the circle, and just fire them for, I don't know, probably an hour a night. And, that's why he was good too, though. I mean, he put in time, and yes, you're dealt cards, a skill set, which he had, but he lived on the rink, whether it was outdoors, indoors. That's, to me, that's how you get good. It's having that passion, the love. Not somebody else driving you to have it, but just that inner drive to want to be as good as you can be.
Take a timeout. Our first intermission rolls on. Brought to you by Hub International Insurance. They're located on Boulder Ridge Road in North Bismarck. Hub International are halftime and intermission sponsors. Intermission, a halftime for our basketball games. Intermission for our hockey contests. We break. First intermission. Legacy has a lead, 1-0 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. We're back with more after this timeout on the PSP Network.
The best part about working at BNC National Bank is developing relationships.
I love working with people.
We've been here for over 25 years.
We've grown just like our communities we're in.
But we still have that personal connection with our customers.
And that's why we can find the best solutions for them.
It feels great seeing projects around the community and knowing we're a small part of making that happen.
We're helping people buy their first homes.
Plan for the future.
From startups to big business.
We're part of the community.
And we're proud of it.
Yours truly, BNC.
If your eyes could talk, they'd tell you life is better with LASIK. No more reaching for your glasses. No more dry eye from overwearing your contact lenses. Right now, Bismarck LASIK is offering free consultations for LASIK procedures. Break free from the daily hassles and expenses of glasses and contacts. Life is clearly better. Book your free consultation today with Bismarck LASIK and see the difference. Call 222-2020 or schedule online at bismarcklasik.com.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, LLC, doing business as Goss Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zoom, zoom?
I think your quash later valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance? If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
Back on our first intermission, brought to you by Hub International Insurance. You can contact your local agents. Leif Olson, Josh Cattell for your personal insurance needs. Todd Domres, Layne, Sedevie back at the VFW. Legacy leads 1-0. And a goal by Marcus Butts. Team leading 8th goal, assisted by Caleb Moore. That new first line for the Sabres paying dividends here in the first period. Fans, our game today brought to you in part by Chuppy Clinic. They offer more than just basic adjustments of the spine. They're concerned about the overall health and wellness of their patients. They offer care and services to meet the greater demands of your current health needs. Find them online at chuppy.com. I was just there a couple days ago. Dr. Greg adjusted my back, and it feels much better, so thank you, Chuppy Clinic. Here's our upcoming PSP schedule. Is tonight you got Mandan at Minot boys basketball action from the Magic City campus. Our next action, that's the remainder of this week, and then next week we got a doubleheader on Tuesday night. Boys and girls basketball from Bismarck High School. Minot's in town to take on the Demons, and we'll be across the Big Muddy as we'll have Legacy at Mandan as well on Tuesday night. Next hockey action for us on the PSP Network will be next Tuesday. Minot at Mandan on Tuesday, or check that, Thursday, January 27th. All right, Layne, any other thoughts from the first period here? We talked about the penalties. We talked about the shots. Just pretty good back and forth action. Two fairly evenly matched teams by the looks of it.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't able to watch. I've tuned into quite a few high school games. I didn't see their first matchup, and from the sounds of it, I think at least from what Leif said, and maybe they got I don't know if they got outworked, but the depth of Legacy. I don't know if I really noticed that in the first period. Now maybe that'll come through in the third, but I thought Mandan played with good pace, and I really noticed. To me, I noticed Mandan stop playing too. I mean, I thought Hayter was kind of all over the ice, and they had some decent chances. It just seemed like it never really got to the paint or to Miller. The one good look in the slot, but. I mean, I think those are to me what I take away from it. Those two top lines, I think, are, we'll see how the power play goes here for Legacy, their first one. But those two top lines, you really could notice them when they're on the ice.
Yeah, and you mentioned that third period. Mandan, I thought, outskated and was taking it to Dickinson a couple nights ago, and man, the third period, the script completely changed, and it was Dickinson that was just buzzing all over the Starion, and they came out of there with a win. And so, it's kind of one of those things that I've seen it a couple times now out of Mandan against Legacy, against Dickinson, that they just haven't been able to continue that for 3 periods. So we'll see how that plays out tonight, but I don't disagree with you one bit. I mean, for the eye test in the first period was, hey, man, those two teams were skating right with each other. There was no real advantages to be had from either squad.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was definitely fairly even, and maybe that's just it. I mean, you look at when you look at their their lineup. I don't know if they have injuries or if they're just the numbers aren't there right now, or that's just I guess what they're planning to roll. I guess I could look. They're probably double shifting somebody down the left side there when you look at down the roster. Probably need to pay a little more attention to that moving forward. But that would be my guess, is they're double shifting somebody on the left side there to try and get that break, maybe for that top line or second and third line, somebody who can log a lot of minutes for them to try and give them that 4 lines.
One final break, and our second period comes up next. First intermission, put a wrap on that one. Our thanks to Hub International Insurance, our intermission sponsor this afternoon. BNC Bank scoreboard, first intermission, it's Legacy 1, Mandan zip. We're back with the second period after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Comes back away down to Off-Root, and Off-Root sends it forward to Luck. Luck's got a 2-on-1 into the zone. Luck dropped it back. Morellington shoots. He scores. Oh, what a twisted wrister from Morelli. He made no doubt about it. Short-handed goal for the Magi. They lead 2-0.
Here we go, getting set for the second period. Good to have you tuned in to the PSP Network this afternoon, where it's always game day. Trying to figure out what the delay is here, but
maybe ice a little wet. Looks like, I think that's what Tyler's looking at back behind the net.
Oh, yeah. So 9-7 last night, Layne. You took care of North Iowa. If you had to have an over-under on the goals tonight, I mean, it's not going to be, in double digits, huh? I mean, it's got to be a different type of game tonight.
I don't know. I mean, it's usually when you think of it, I know we had this conversation last night. It's like, how do you even collect your thoughts? I was talking with Todd, the other coach for North Iowa. It's like, when I first started this league 12 years ago, Todd was in Cooley Region, so I've known him a long time. I'm like, Todd, I know we won the game, but like, I don't even know what to take away from that game. And usually when we were talking, usually you think it's going to come back and be a 2-1, 3-2 game. But North Iowa in 34 games, I think it is, or 35 games, they haven't had a game that hasn't had under 5 goals, whether it's 4 against or, but they do. They play with a lot of pace. I mean, they're run and gun. Last night it was just, both teams, I think we had 34 shots. They had 31. We had 19 grade A's. They had 18 grade A's. That, when you look at those shots, say they had 31 shots and 19 of them were grade A scoring chances that we had against. I mean, there was a lot of really good looks off the rush, and just not enough structure for me when you when you look at that thing. That's for sure. So I don't, at least for my blood pressure and everything like that. I hope we defend well, and I hope we have numbers back, and it's not run and gun, because I don't do well with that kind of a game.
Well, and how many games did you win as a goalie, giving up 7?
I don't know. It's just one of those things. I mean, going back with the same guy tonight too, and once I'm done with this, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sit him down and have a conversation with him, because I think it's just it's such an important position, and you want him to be feeling good about himself. I mean, he made, both goaltenders last night made probably 6 or 7. That's the crazy part. Neither goaltender got pulled. Both goaltenders made probably 6 or 7 highlight reel saves. I mean, it could have been 12-11.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Legacy's on the power play for the first 45 seconds here of the third period. Johnson will collect. He's got Souther out there with him. And here comes Jamison Johnson. Marcus Butts has it on his tape into the zone. Butts slams on the brakes. Souther tries to keep it in, but he's banged down, and it comes out to center ice. And now you come back in, you get an offsides. 14 seconds left on that opening power play of the period for Legacy. Butts will have a neutralized draw here against Trinity Anderson. And that's won by Legacy. Souther sends it to Johnson, and spinning puck goes onto the stick of Tate Olson for Mandan. Legacy retrieves. McMahon sends it ahead. Legacy is back at full strength. Almost a trip. I had to look for an arm, but no penalty. Near side boards. Comes out to Johnson. Turn shot in the lane, or the slot there by Caleb Moore. Redirected. Scrum on the far sideline. McElvaney has a stick on it for Amanda and sends it around. Legacy has the puck dumped into their end. Elliot Hahn now comes out front. Dangerous play there. Keelan fires it once, fires it twice. Save Miller. Almost a bad giveaway there by the Legacy Sabres. Big hit on the near boards. Back comes Mandan. Shot blocked there. Horner sends it around. Kept in, not kept in by Aarons. Fleck will track it down. Shot on goal there is Legacy on the forecheck, but Mandan with a breakout. Keelan trying to get it up ahead to Hyder. Now back on the stick of Keelan. Comes in, shoots into the belly of Tyler Miller. Back comes Mose for Legacy. Cross ice pass. And now waiting on the far boards. Legacy, nobody on the rush with Mose. Legacy still has a stick on it. Stanton tries to get it in front. Can't do it. Chipped out to center and now a race. Hyder back for Mandan. Johnson battling behind the nets. Vasey in the action. Now comes out. And here comes Braxton Hager. Down the near sideline. Stops, sends it. Oh, Poppy had it on his stick. Shot, wrap around into the side of the net. Vasey, Johnson, his Legacy's buzzing a little bit here. Start the second period. Shot from the near side slot. Goes wide. Mandan dumps it into the corner. Legacy's still on the forecheck, keeps it in. Comes around to Johnson. Flips a shot, steered wide by Miller. Some bodies flying out there right now, Layne.
Yeah, it's getting, I would say the intensity's picked up a little bit.
Poppy, Farland, off his stick. Now a short angle shot there, fired in by Legacy, steered away by Langang. Vasey dumps it in. Now a takeaway. McMahon, ooh! Redirected in front there by Caleb Moore. I don't know how Tyler, check that out, how Langang had a hand on that thing, but it wasn't a hard shot, but Moore redirected it right in the slot.
It's a good save. I think that's honestly, as a goaltender, when it changes directions right in front of you, to me, it's one of the hardest saves to make.
Draw one by Mandan. Comes a breakout for the Braves, but a little too early, and they're offsides. 13:02 to play, second period. BNC Bank scoreboard. Legacy leads 1-0. Neutral zone faceoff. Controlled now by Mandan. McElvaney carries it in. Throws it out in front for Horner. Kept in nicely there by Bachmeyer. Legacy digs it out of there with Marcus Butts. Moore pinned up against the boards by Anderson. Shot there goes wide by McElvaney. Kept in by Mandan. Dumped down deep. Legacy with a turnover. Shot block goes wide. Ooh, almost a chance there for Keelan. Legacy has a 2-on-2 developing. McMahon off his stick. And here comes Mandan. Keelan drops it in the slot, but he couldn't connect with Hyder. Hyder bodied off the puck, goes in deep. Back to the point, kept in by Mandan. Shot from the point there by Anderson, steered away. Mandan with some zone time. Try to go out front, and it's taken away and slammed down there by Tyler Miller.
Couple bad turnovers. Almost some chances both ways. I mean, good save by Langang. D goes through the middle of his own zone. Usually that's not a good recipe.
Carter Keelan on the draw. Along with Avery McMahon. Puck battle on the far boards. Comes out in the slot, and it's loose. And Miller falling on that. There's been a couple near misses here in this second period as both teams have had some chances, just haven't been able to get the stick on the puck on the tape.
Yeah, chances have been good, just not really getting I would say the grade A chance out of the turnovers that have happened to both ends.
This feels like somebody's going to have a greasy goal. Right? There hasn't been a lot of free ice for teams to just kind of wheel and deal.
Yeah.
Legacy in their own zone. Aaron's pinching for Mandan. Johnner turns it, sent back in by Legacy. Keelan puts it on net, and Langang will just fall on it. 11:20 to play, second period. Legacy on top, 1-0. Todd Domres, Layne, Sedevie on the PSP Network this afternoon from the VFW Sports Arena in Bismarck. Legacy will have the Lucas Vassie line out there. Draw, dumped into the corner. Legacy's Braxton Hager, Nelson Poppy pinching it in. Dumped down behind the net. Mandan has a stick on it, off the boards, not out. Vassie still has it, drags it through, centering pass, nobody home. Comes out to the point, dropped back in by Farland. Wetzel keeps it in for Legacy. Legacy now turning the table on the zone time. Puck behind the net. Far corner. Barrett bodied up there. Comes out to neutral ice. Miller had to go through his wickets. Ooh, almost a turnover there. And shot wide by Beachel. Kept in by Mandan. And we got an injured Mandan Brave. I didn't see that.
Maybe a little bit of a late hit after he turned and fired it. I don't think, maybe the back official seen it, but I know I looked at lift right away, and I don't think he was watching, he was down low, so he's watching the, he's got the goal call, so I don't know if they'll talk about it or not. It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, the injured Mandan Brave is Ryan Beachel, the 170-pound junior. 6 goals on the season, one of the team leaders. As he fired a shot, and then my attention went to the goal in the nets, and I didn't see the stick. Beachel getting some sports medicine attention on that Mandan bench as Legacy dumps it in. Mandan comes out of their zone to center ice. Slung back in there by Hahn. At the line, Mandan stands tall. Now they get it on the stick of Tate Olson. Olson just dumps it in, and Anderson on the chase. Trinity Anderson tries to come up to the point, taken away. Big stick there by Parker Bachmeyer. Near side wall, punched out to center. Mandan sends it in, a bouncing puck.
That's a dirty one. not a second baseman.
they don't quite bounce like that every time.
No.
Mandan sends it right back in. Hayter on the far wall. Keelan has it. Bottled up there by 3 Sabres. And Legacy off the boards, high out to center. Aarons, Hyder. Souther will dump it in for Legacy. Butts on the chase. Nice takeaway there by Trinity Anderson. Mose on the forecheck for Legacy. Good work there by the Sabres. They have possession of the puck. Out high. Shot put up by Anderson there. And a long wrister is gloved by Bennett Langang of Mandan. Hey fans, a reminder, today's game brought to you in part by the Medicine Shop of Bismarck. They're proud to support local athletes. They offer free delivery. Get your flu shot today at the Medicine Shop in Bismarck. No scoring here in the second period. Mandan burned off a 45-second power play to start the period. Legacy wins a draw in the Mandan zone. Will sends it out front. Shot there by McMahon, eventually tied up and smothered there by Bennett Langang. Josiah Will on the draw for the Sabres, controlled by Mandan. And they exit the zone only to have McMahon come right back in. centers it to Mose. Now Anderson joining the action. Will behind the net, poked in front. Mose gets a stick on it. Comes out to the near side dots. Anderson. Wrister goes wide. Fleck on the chase for Mandan. Mandan with a breakout. Off the stick of Kozid. Mandan punches it out to center. Legacy right back into the Mandan zone. Now sent back down. And right in front of the Legacy bench, you got a little pushing and shoving. You know, one thing I watched a few Mandan games. Dalton Fleck is in the middle of a lot of stuff. He had to get untied there a couple times, and they're going to send both of them off. Fleck and Avery McMahon.
It's feisty.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a good little player, too. He's pretty crafty back there.
So the matching penalties will still be 5-on-5. 7:40 to play, second period. Mandan comes in with Helbling. Wide on the shot from the right dot. 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties as Chance Delzer dumps it in for Mandan. Legacy on the near boards. Kept in there by Anderson. Now out of the zone. Anderson dumps it right back in. Wetzel retreats for Legacy. Off the boards. Still, bounced out of the zone. Bouncing puck goes over the stick of the Mandan Braves. Braves with possession at center ice. Ooh, big hit. And a penalty coming up. Yeah, you can see that one coming as... Is that going to be an interference call?
I don't think Mario's very happy.
Yep.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, it was, I don't know, it's so tough. The game happens so fast now. The puck gets moved, and then you got a second to stop yourself. I mean, how do you stop yourself when they're boom boom plays like that? But a lot of them are getting called now.
Third power play of the afternoon for the Mandan Braves. Braxton Hager off for 2 minutes on the interference call. Mandan loses the draw, sent out of there by Hahn, kept in by the Braves. Hyder comes to the circle, shot wide. Bachmeyer keeps it in. Johnner in the slot. Hyder, pass, Keelan, shot. Ooh, what a save. Miller got the stick on it. It was almost tape goal.
Nice play. Good puck movement.
Good puck movement, but a good stick there by Miller. Now Legacy shorthanded. Keeps it in the Mandan zone. Keelan has it on a breakout. Comes to Johnner. Carries it in. Johnner off his stick. Bounced away there by Butts. Play to the high stick and out of the zone. Bachmeyer sends it in. Keelan on a chase. Sent back down by Legacy's Samuel Stanton. Legacy changes that PK with 57, 56, 55 seconds left on the Mandan power play. Johnner collects and has a head of steam out of the zone. At the line, Trinity Anderson has the puck now for Mandan. Anderson carries it in. Down the far side, no one with them. Anderson, Mandan still 33 seconds on the power play. Anderson past Aarons, down deep. Braves have Horner in there battling, but it's sent back down by Legacy. One good chance for Mandan, but not much else production-wise to speak on the power play. Here comes Anderson. Carries in, drops it, big check. And Legacy will send it right back out. That'll about do it for the third power play of the game for the Mandan Braves. Legacy is at full strength. Hager sends it in for the Sabres. Mandan back. Keelan, bouncing shot, gloved, and covered up there by Tyler Miller. The Fans Today's game brought to you in part by Tires Plus. All the brands under one roof with guaranteed lowest prices. You can visit them online at TiresPlusND.com. Reminder, after the game, we'll have our Planning Team Financial Advisors post-game show, helping clients work towards financial freedom. Planning Team Financial Advisors. Penalty has expired. Full strength we are. Puck out to center ice. Dumped back in by Legacy. McMahon bodied up there. McMahon still with the puck. Can't center it. Back behind the net. Mandan slings it around the far boards. Pushed up the boards. Not out. Puck battle controlled there by Legacy. Mandan gets it onto the stick of Hyder. Now to Keelan. Mandan 2-on-2. Legacy back. Bachmeyer can't keep it in. Oh, now a skate for it. Helbling gets ahead of McMahon. And Legacy will change. Two guys get tied up. Now it comes out to Butts. Ooh, off his stick and out of the zone. Back on the rush is Johnner. Nice move. Slot shot high. Ooh. Miller with a save. Vasey gets it up ahead to Marcus Butts. Butts carries in. Rister goes wide. Good chances for both teams. Back comes Kozid for Mandan. Checked off the puck there. Vasey has it. Butts. Back and forth we go. Butts leaves it more. Oh, big check. And a goal! Caleb Moore got he got decleated, right? As he shot it, and somehow he found the back of the net.
I think he actually got it back to Marcus Butts.
It went from
Butts
to Moore, back to Butts?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
all right.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I don't know. I mean, that was felt like a pretty high hit, but nice play. It was a little bit of a track meet there. Turned into chances, odd man rushes for Mandan, for Legacy, back and forth there.
Yeah, right on the money again, Layne. .13:58, the official time of the goal. The second of the contest for Marcus Butts. Second assist for Caleb Moore. Legacy leads 2-0. As you said, we were flying there for a couple minutes. Back and forth action.
Yeah, and with that, usually you get goals. Too many good chances back and forth. You're asking a lot of your goaltenders, that's for sure.
Max Miller keeps it in. Easton Mose sends it up to the point. Hahn fires it on net. Steered to the corner. Mandan without a stick was Trinity Anderson. Tate Olson dumps it in. Legacy, Stanton puts it on the tape of Strider McMahon. McMahon to Poppy, loose puck. Whacked at a couple times there by Legacy, but Mandan's Bennett Langgang will cover it up. 1:44 to play. Second period. Legacy on top, 2-0 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. 2 goals today for Marcus Butts. Team leading 9 tallies for him. Sudden Legacy's laying some lumber out there too.
Yeah, they've had some good push here.
Farland taken away by Hyder. Hyder to the point. Shot back in by McIlvain. Drifts wide. Johnner on the near boards. Tries to collect. Hyder slips it out in front. Keelan can't get a stick on it. Farland sends it up ahead. And a shot goes high into the netting. Hey, you mentioned Hyder for Mandan. That guy is impressive. He's for a sophomore and a 10th grader, he's been one of those guys that has certainly jumped out today for me, seeing him in person.
Yeah, he's been all over the place. Moves his feet, created some scoring chances, done a little bit of everything.
Off the draw, sent through the crease. Legacy keeps it in. Anderson comes to Wetzel. Wetzel fires, low shot, still loose, finally covered up by Miller. Under a minute to play, second period. Stay tuned. Our Hub International Insurance second intermission comes up in just a couple moments. But first, Marcus Butts will be on a Mandan zone draw. Controlled by Legacy. Spun into the corner there by Wetzel. Mandan comes out to center. Puck still loose. Wetzel whacks it up to center. Vasey has it. Onto the stick of Marcus Butts. Back to Vasey, who's dislodged. Mandan has the puck. And here comes Tate Olson. Olson gains the zone. 2-on-2, drops it, shot. A long wrister there by Trinity Anderson. And again, that's the saves you want to have right there.
Yeah, right in the breadbasket.
Yep. Long wrist shots with a lot of ice and vision.
Yeah.
Usually will get gobbled up.
They call him Chesty LaRue, is the old saying. Fastest chest in the league.
Chesty LaRue.
Yeah. So that's the old one. That's an old one.
20 seconds to play, second period. Mandan Johnner tried to center it. Cleared out of there, and here comes Avery McMahon. Oh, and he is hammered into the boards. Big stick there by McElvaney, one of the captains for Mandan. Mandan with 5 seconds. Can they get a shot on goal here by Keelan? No. There's your horn. 2 periods in the books from the VFW. Legacy puts 1 on the board in the first stanza, 1 on the board in the second stanza. Caleb Moore to Marcus Butts on both those goals for the Sabres, and Legacy leads 2-0 at the end of 2. Our second intermission comes up next. Brought to you by Hub International Insurance. BNC Bank scoreboard is Legacy 2, Mandan 0. Second intermission comes up after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, LLC, doing business as Goss Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zoo?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance? If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
The North Dakota Safety Council is dedicated to preventing injuries and saving lives by offering hundreds of safety courses. The NDSC helps workers return home safely every night and make sure schools are ready for any emergency. Our first aid training and defensive driving courses help save lives. We empower people through personal protection courses and operational risk assessments for businesses. We're a private, nonprofit organization committed to making North Dakota's homes, schools, communities, workplaces, and roads the safest in the nation. Learn more at ndsc.org.
At Prairie Rose Family Dentists, we treat our patients like family. We have 14 highly experienced dentists with incredibly caring dental teams. We have more locations, more services, and extended hours to make sure your dental needs get fulfilled, your questions get answered, and you have the comfortable and high-quality experience you deserve. Call us or visit our website to schedule an appointment today. Prairie Rose Family Dentists. We are family.
Good up, John Haugen running the camera for us today from the VFW Sports Arena. Todd, Domres, Layne, Sedevie settling into the second period intermission here as Legacy 2 on the board. They lead Mandan 2-zip. And we said there's a little bit of everything that period, Layne. There was a moment there where it was end-to-end. There was some big hits. We had a couple power plays. It was a little bit of everything in that second period. But, hey, you got that top line for Legacy putting another counter on the board.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably, so far the story. I don't think Mandan's, necessarily, they're with, 11 forwards too, because Beachell didn't have a shift there. He came back on the bench here. I don't know if he's going to play in the third, but we talked about depth, and that's obviously a concern too when you lose another forward on the play. So hopefully, he can come back, and because now they find themselves down 2-0. They got to find a push. They don't, they're not playing with a lead where they can, try and manage the puck, and they got to find that energy that maybe more so than they've had throughout the first 2 periods. But the big story's got to be, that top line of Legacy so far.
We're on our Hub International intermission report. Is you can call 355-3100. Ask for Leif Olson, Josh Cattell, Michael Borman for all your personal and commercial insurance needs. Legacy on top, 2-0. Layne, one of the things I wanted to get your opinion on was, as an athlete that went from prep to college, and the communication just increases at each one of those levels. And I'm sure it's the same thing in hockey, right? As you're a high school player, junior player, Division I hockey player, talk about that communication that happens on the ice and how much that advances as you advance in those levels.
Well, I mean, it's honestly, it's funny you touch on it, because this, and I do very well, but the little handheld things that we use, they're called cell phones. Every kid knows how to use them. Technology, I always tell my group, and it's something I harp all year long, just if you can do one thing, if you can take one thing away from me, it's learn how to communicate. It's learn how to have a conversation, put the cell phone down, put whatever it is down, and actually be able to call for pucks. Help, you can break it down into certain things. We always try and have our, this is something I got from Garrett Roth when he coached with me. Your lines come back, they sit together on the bench, they talk about, plays, where they are, their support of each other. No different for a D pair. You come back to the bench, that partner is your best outlet. He's your best help. I mean, in order for him to call a reverse, to know your pressure, something I really valued being a goaltender. I think it's, you see the whole play coming, I could help my D out, and it's the one thing that we just, even my team right now, we don't do it enough, and I'm sure every coach will tell you that. It's so hard to get kids to communicate, because I always say they love to communicate on their cell phones, and the technology stuff, but when they really got to call for a puck and try to help a teammate out, it's just there's silence, and that doesn't work.
Oh man, it's a tough thing. I talk to coaches about it all the time, and man, when you can ingrain that. When you can ingrain that into your team and into your players, you can make some strides from a communication standpoint. So we'll take a timeout. Our intermission report comes along in our second intermission here, as we'll get a little back to that communication topic, as it's Hub International bringing you our second intermission. And at the break here, it is on your BNC Bank scoreboard, Legacy 2, Mandan 0. More with our second intermission after this timeout on the PSP Network.
This broadcast presentation on the PSP Network is brought to you by BNC National Bank, Planning Team Financial, Sport Clips, Tires Plus, Bismarck LASIK, First Western Bank and Trust, Jobbers Moving and Storage, The Medicine Shop, Hub International Insurance, The Chuppy Clinic, and Prairie Rose Family Dentists.
Carson, timeout.
Who calls a timeout in this game?
Me, I'm icing the kicker.
Really?
It'll give us more time to talk about First Western Bank and Trust,
like our convenient online banking,
along with smart trust service options.
We're all about hometown service with bankers that know you and the community.
Okay, go ahead and kick.
I don't believe this.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, LLC, doing business as Goss Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zoom?
I think your quash later valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance?
If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
The best part about working at BNC National Bank is developing relationships.
I love working with people.
We've been here for over 25 years.
We've grown just like our communities we're in.
But we still have that personal connection with our customers.
And that's why we can find the best solutions for them.
It feels great seeing projects around the community and knowing we're a small part of making that happen.
We're helping people buy their first homes.
Plan for the future.
From startups to big business.
We're part of the community.
And we're proud of it.
Yours truly, BNC.
If your eyes could talk, they'd tell you life is better with LASIK. No more reaching for your glasses. No more dry eye from overwearing your contact lenses. Right now, Bismarck LASIK is offering free consultations for LASIK procedures. Break free from the daily hassles and expenses of glasses and contacts. Life is clearly better. Book your free consultation today with Bismarck LASIK and see the difference. Call 222-2020 or schedule online at bismarcklasik.com.
Back in our intermission report. Good to have you tuned in to the PSP Network this afternoon. Got nothing going on tonight, fans. Come back to the VFW. What time they drop the puck tonight, Layne?
7:15.
7:15, North Iowa. Obviously entertaining last night, 9-7. The Bobcats get the win, so the rematch tonight. Bobcats looking for more points and get their good run going, and just a few points out of playoff position right now as fans reminder after the game, we'll have our Sport Clips MVP of the game. They're located at 411 South 3rd Street in Bismarck, and they're the home to the MVP haircut experience. Sport Clips brings you tonight's game MVP. Let's go back to that conversation about communication. And I didn't mean to strike a nerve there, man. And we didn't talk about this before we got into the broadcast, but hey, it's one of those things. I think it's culture, it's kids, it's now. It's becoming harder and harder, I think, to have kids have a verbal or a nonverbal conversation, and it sometimes impacts the flow of a game if kids can't figure that piece of the equation out.
Yeah, I mean, I think it might be one of the most important things, especially at lower levels, to really, I mean, especially as a coach, to be able to teach and be able to do that sort of stuff when you have your time to do it with your team at practice, but then to have it translate, even. We talked a little bit off air, but just even hand signals. I mean, we tell our D to point out, on the rush who they have, and that way our forwards coming back late into the zone can pick up on it. But I just think it's such an overlooked part of probably all of sports and maybe life in general. Just being able to not communicate through the cell phone and have a conversation and to me, it's just it's something that isn't going to get any better. I feel like it's going the wrong direction, and it's frustrating.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lost art. It's almost like kids have to be taught it nowadays because they don't pick it up on their own. Here's the numbers from the second period as Legacy puts 12 more shots on goal, so now they've got 20 in total. Mandan was outshot 12-7 in that second period, so 13 total shots for Mandan, 7 of them coming in that second period. So the Sabres got 20 shots on goal, Mandan 13 shots on goal, and that equates to the Braves having 13, or the Sabres having 13 saves in the contest, and Mandan's Bennett Langing has 18 saves. He's let 2 go in, and both goals tonight by Marcus Butts. Both assists to Caleb Moore. All right, that'll put a wrap on our second intermission, brought to you as always by Hub International Insurance. They're located on Boulder Ridge Road in Bismarck. Our third period comes up next. Good to have you tuned in to the PSP Network. We'll drop the puck in the third period. After this timeout, Legacy on top of Mandan 2-0.
Thanks for calling Supreme.
This broadcast presentation on the PSP Network is brought to you by BNC National Bank, Planning Team Financial, Sport Clips, Tires Plus, Bismarck Lasik, First Western Bank and Trust, Jobbers Moving and Storage, The Medicine Shop, Hub International Insurance, The Chuppy Clinic, and Prairie Rose Family Dentists.
At Prairie Rose Family Dentists, we treat our patients like family. We have 14 highly experienced dentists with incredibly caring dental teams. We have more locations, more services, and extended hours to make sure your dental needs get fulfilled, your questions get answered, and you have the comfortable and high-quality experience you deserve. Call us or visit our website to schedule an appointment today. Prairie Rose Family Dentists. We are family.
Two teams making their way back out onto the ice. Getting set for the final 17 here from the VFW this afternoon. Did you say your favorite team was the Pens?
100%.
No, and for always? Since day one?
Yeah, my Uncle Danny growing up was big-time Penguins fan, so I think it was pretty fitting. I mean, I will say, I don't know, I would, if the North Stars were still there, I'd probably be a North Stars fan. Yeah. But from Mario to Yager to Tom Barrasso to, I mean, it goes through the line for me to now, obviously the luxury of Crosby, and that it's been a pretty good sports team to follow.
Well, I'm a Steeler fan, so it doesn't get much better than that. Yeah. As Pittsburgh has been a great sports town, and Penguins certainly part of that. All right, so last thing before we get going here. So as a goalie, who is your favorite goalie when you were a kid? Because I mean, I'm thinking back to when I, was watching Hockey Night in Canada, and Patrick Waugh was a favorite of mine. Of course, you got Martin Brodeur. I mean, so there's a couple big names right there. But who was your favorite?
Yeah, as a kid, I actually listened to. We used to get a radio station down south of. We used to live south of the Legion, and I used to listen to Patrick. They used to the Canadian network, Patrick Roy. You got to know Eddie the Eagle.
Oh yeah,
Eddie Belfour and Dominic Hasek were probably the two that were my mainstays, I guess, when I was growing up.
Here we go. Drop the puck. Third period is into the Legacy zone. Shot there by Bachmeyer, and that's handled by Miller. Yes, I got to change my sheets. It only makes sense to me if I have the sheet on the end that the team's playing offense on. Or if
see, you're backwards right now.
No, that's Mandan's going that way. Don't you? You would do it the other way?
I think I don't know. Probably.
Or maybe if you knew I grew up 9 miles from the Canadian border, I should say offense.
Yeah. Eh?
Langgang has the fall on the puck. Could have been almost an icing whistle there, but it was on net. Legacy on the chase. Legacy of the Vasey line out there. Mandan dumps it in deep. And now the Braves on a breakout. Get it to Tate Olson. Anderson might have been offsides there, but no whistle. Trinity Anderson behind the net. Cleared away by Legacy. And Elliot Hahn, delayed offsides, comes back into the Legacy zone. Legacy's got some time and space, as here comes Hahn on a carry-in, and he's dumped. Back comes Mandan. Taken away at center by Legacy, but fired back in for the Braves. Comes to the near side corner. Farland has a stick on it. Sends it over to Stanton. And now to center ice on a rush. Here comes Legacy. Avery McMahon centers it. Getting a stick on it. Pad save. Josiah Will tried to center it after his shot denied by Langgang. Near side puck battle. Hyder, Johnner, poke checked away at the line. And now we're offsides.
A little different line combinations here. They moved Vasey up on that top line to center those two, Moore and Butts, and now they got Strider with Hager and
yeah, I saw that. Moore was out there with Will's, or no, he was out there with Vasey's line for a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah. It's got to be an unending thing of trying to tinker with stuff, right?
Yeah, chemistry is a big thing.
Yep. Farland gets it up ahead to Strider McMahon, and out of the zone comes Legacy. Aarons has it at center ice for Mandan and fires it back in. Miller bumps it to the corner.
Bicho, he's back out there.
Well, good for him. Went off with an injury, got some sports medicine attention. Centered out front. Mandan's Aarons dumps it in deep. Side of the net. Steered behind the net by Miller. Legacy off the boards, can't get it out. Aarons fires a low shot, save. Rebound in the slot. Cleared out of there. Mandan sends it and dumps it right back in on a change. Braves on the chase, but here comes Legacy into the Mandan zone. Toe drag and a shot there by Marcus Butts. Goes wide. Butts still had it. Got it to Vasey. Now back to the point, Anderson. And now we got a skating race. And Wetzel will get back there and get it over to Anderson. That D pair sends it out to neutral ice. Back in the Mandan end. Pass too far for Tate Olson. Almost skated past it and almost had a breakaway, but instead we're bottled up at center ice. In the neutral zone, Olson spilled there. 13:44 to play in the contest. And behind the action, we're going to get a too many men penalty. Man, I love going to hockey games with hockey minds and having them explain things like too many men, because it looks to me like there's too many men out there every time. But usually it's when somebody gets touched, with the puck in front of the net. But that didn't happen in that case. So they must have just took some liberties, right?
Yeah, I think Mandan had, at least when I looked, there was still 6 on the ice. So I'm guessing it was usually unless it's played by the guy coming on and the guy going off, it's got to be a substantial too many men, obviously, where it's been for a pretty good amount of time for them to call it.
Second power play of the night for the Legacy Sabres. Sabres will set this thing up. Oh, almost gave the puck away in their own zone with the man advantage. Sent back down by Helbling is not good puck control there by the Legacy Sabres. Hahn will set the rush for Legacy. Hahn had it poke-checked away at the line, and now you got Keelan with Johnner. Keelan shot high and wide. Shorthanded chance there for the Braves. Mandan's Helbling just fires it right back in. Not a shot yet on the power play for Legacy. Oh, there's a takeaway. Fired a shot once, twice. As Keelan, he's got a one-man forecheck going right now on the shorthanded forecheck. Shot there by Johnner. Mandan's got the. Who's on the power play here, Layne?
Right. It's not. Neither power plays. Obviously, they've been put in big spots, but they haven't executed.
There comes Vasey weaving through the defense. Keelan will just fire it back down. Oh, this is going to be if Mandan kills this off, this will actually give Mandan some momentum if this PK goes like this. Legacy gains the zone. Butts, wrist judge, he scores! Top shelf.
And that's how fast it can change. Right guy gets the puck in the slot.
Marcus Butts with the hat trick. .6:15 here into the third period, and Marcus Butts just made it 3-zip. A power play goal. No, it was even strength. The power play had just expired, right?
I believe so.
I'm going to call that goal even strength. Well, I'd say he'd be a leading candidate for our MVP of the game. It's been 15-2 the whole night. It's another assist for Caleb Moore and another goal for Marcus Butts. And like you said, Mandan was dominating the action on that power play, and then a heavy wrister by Butts. Shot in front there, tipped by Vasey. Almost redirected into the back of the net. Tate Olson gets it up ahead. Ooh, nice move with the line. And gaining the zone is Horner. Horner shot backhanded wide. 11 minutes to play. 3-zip, Legacy on top. Harmlessly, the puck goes in front of the net. Legacy comes out with Poppy. Dumps it in. Barrett has a stick on it for Mandan. Sent back around to the far corner. Legacy throws it out to the line, kept in by Johnson. Johnson, ooh, there's a takeaway. Could it turn into a rush for Betchel? On the backhand, he can't get a shot. Good job of the back check there by the Legacy Sabres to deny the shot. Here comes McMahon. Whirling behind the net was Strider McMahon. Beachel has it, I beg your pardon. Held on the boards there by Fox and dumped in. Beachel skating pretty good for having an apparent hip injury earlier. Hyder has it. Busting his way to the net. Centers it in front for Keelan. Couldn't get a stick on it. Bouncing puck. Corralled by the Sabres. Josiah Will. 1-on-2. Tries to split a couple defensemen there. still has the puck. Now taken away by Hyder. Hyder lost the handle. Tried to get a pass there to Tucker Horner. And here comes Easton Mose. Mose ushered to the corner. Banged up against the boards. Legacy gets it on the tape. On the side of the net, redirected. Avery McMahon tried to center that for the Sabres. Oh, here comes a possible 2-on-1, but it goes off the stick of Matt Hayter. And now it's taken away nicely there by Elliot Hahn. Gaining the zone of the Sabres. Backhanded in. Vasey surveying. Mose. Ooh, looking for Sam Stanton. Couldn't get that cross-rink pass. And we're down to 8:40 to play in the contest. Legacy on top. Here's a chance. Moore centers it. Couldn't get it on the stick of Vasey. Been the fourth assist of the night for Caleb Moore almost right there. Mandan, Aaron's throwing the body. Aaron's almost lost that one. Spins around, taken away by Anderson. Legacy, ooh, that's a big hit there as Anderson took the little guy. Just bodying him up into the boards. Hyder comes out of there, sends it down the ice, and not a lot of icing calls tonight, but that's one of them. Hey fans, today's game brought to you by Chuppy Clinic. They offer more than just basic adjustments of the spine. Find them online at chuppy.com. Also tonight we're going to have our move of the game brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. They can help you move across town or across the country. Locations in Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Jobbers Moving and Storage. In the Mandan zone, Legacy has the puck go behind the Mandan net. Johnner slips it up Beachel, and pass slips out to center. Ushered back in by Legacy. Poppy had a stick on it. Fleck now has it. Dumped back down by Legacy. Johnner taken away by Poppy. Sends it to some free ice and settled back in by the Sabres. Ooh, through the stick. Poppy, interior pass. No. Taken away by the Braves. Loose in the neutral zone. Mandan's Bachmeyer. McMahon sends it around the rink, and D-man Johnson couldn't keep it in, and that'll turn into an icing call.
You know, I gotta make a comment. I don't know why it bothers me, but I'm a little disappointed in the Bismarck fans right now. We had a hat trick last night, no hats. Hat trick today, no hats. Like not even one hat. Where are the hats? That don't happen very often. Not very often do you get a hat trick. I mean, that's a big deal.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the guy's got 7 goals coming into today, so there hasn't been too many hat tricks when they've played 14, right?
Correct.
And he gets 3 today. Yeah, you get the lids back, right? I mean,
yeah. I think the box guys will give them back to you.
We're just gonna put them into a 5-gallon pail or something, give everybody their lid back at the end of the night. I mean, yeah. I kind of feel bad now because I got a toque on. I could have thrown it out on the ice.
A toque, he says. You really did grow up close to town.
Scrum in front of the Mandan goal. Tyler Liffrig comes in and says, "No, I'm blowing that one dead." .620 to play on your BNC Bank scoreboard. Legacy on top, 3-0. Tyler Miller pitching the shutout.
Oh, no.
What?
You don't say shutout.
Why not?
It's superstitious as a goalie. You can't say shutout. The game's not over yet. They're going to score a goal. You watch.
Man, I'm not. I'm not in the net. I mean, I'm not saying it to him. I'm just talking on the.
You can't say
it in the broadcast either.
You should not say that word.
Really?
It's bad karma.
It's like when somebody's got a no hitter going through 7, that you can't say no hitter.
No. It can scroll across ESPN on the bottom, but you don't talk about it.
So you're saying I could put the text on the screen right now and say, by the way, Miller has a shutout.
Yep.
But I can't say it out loud.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I did not.
It's a big no-no.
Okay. Well, if he gives up 1 goal, I'm going to give him the player of the game. Just because I feel bad about the bad karma. Mandan has the Barrett line out there. Aarons back to Fleck. Back to Aarons. Out to neutral ice. Legacy's D pair. Fans on it. Sends it back in on the stick of Fleck. Barrett spins it up ahead to Hayter. McMahon had a little yard sale there as he lost a glove, and we're going to get a trip. Looks like he might be bleeding too. Got dumped, tripped, and that's going to be the 4th penalty. Make that the 5th penalty of the night on Mandan. Sabres have been in the box twice. Legacy hasn't gotten a power play goal yet, but they just about did on that last one as it had just expired off the last minor for the Mandan Braves.
Yeah, I think they're going to be hoping for a little more probably structure in zone. Maybe a little better execution on zone entry there. They couldn't really get it set up.
Easton Moles will take the draw against Tate Olson. McMahon has it behind the net. Whirling and firing wide. Avery McMahon gets it to Shia Will. Back to the point. Near side wall, cross ring pass, taken away. And here comes a shorthanded rush for Johnner. Johnner rips a shot, looking for the 5-hole. Steered away by Miller. Legacy on the power play for another 90 seconds. With the Sabres already leading 3-0. McMahon carries in. Hahn sends it deep. McMahon circling. Vasey checked nicely there by Johnner. Held in by the Sabres. Mose got a step. Short side and a tough angle shot gobbled up there by Bennett Langgang of Mandan. A reminder, our PSP schedule looks like this. You got basketball tonight. Mandan Braves up in the Magic City to take on Minot High. Tuesday nights, basketball action, Minot at Bismarck, Legacy at Mandan, and our next hockey action on the PSP network next Thursday night. From the Pepsi Arena in Minot, it'll be these Mandan Braves up looking for the season sweep against the Magi. Mandan won in a shootout the last time those two teams, actually it's not in the Pepsi Arena, I beg your pardon, it's Minot at Mandan. They'll be at the Starion. Braves still will be looking for the sweep. Legacy with 40 seconds to play in the power play. 40 seconds remaining in the power play. Butts. Keelan. One-timer. Had some traffic in front. Langgang steered it. Butts near side. Sends it up to Souther. Souther steps in. Save. Moore. Up to Johnson. Butts controlling the puck with 5 seconds on the power play. Moore. Souther shot. Ooh. Smothered nicely by Bennett Langgang, and a late surge there by Legacy on that power play.
I think that's something as a coach, I would say Mario would probably take away. That structure there, they moved the puck well. Now I know they didn't score on it, but that is something they've probably had those looks or tried to get those looks in practice, and it translated into the game. So to me, that was a constructive power play. Back to even strength.
Behind the Mandan net, Legacy, Mandan doing battle. Anderson lost an edge. Wetzel back for the Sabres. Sends it back to neutral ice. McIlvain has it for Legacy. Bachmeyer poked away from him. Will on the backhand to the forehand, he scores! Pretty goal there for Josiah Will. And Legacy leads 4-0. Turnover at the line turns into the fourth goal of the contest for the Sabres. Josiah Will with his third goal of the season, 10th point. Time of the goal, 14:05. Assists to Easton Mose and Avery McMahon. His third goal of the season, 10th point for Josiah Will. Put an exclamation point on this one for the Sabres tonight. I keep saying tonight, still this afternoon. It feels like we've been here. Probably feels like you've never left.
Yeah, it's going to be a long night.
Will you get a pregame nap in? It's 5:20, I suppose. Probably not, huh?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Just go back into the room and get the boys ready to go, huh?
Yep, maybe an energy drink or something.
Yeah, there you go. Out in front. Shot there by Johnner.
Yeah, that jinx almost happened right there.
I had already forgot about that, Layne. I was wondering why you're looking at me so funny. I'm like, did I say something wrong? Did I say he was in the lane or something? Like, shot from the middle of the lane?
Yeah.
Teardrop? You know, some basketball reference or something like that? Stay tuned. Our planning team financial advisors postgame show comes up next. Legacy is going to get some much needed points here and try to improve that WDA standings for the Sabres. Puck's going to be pounced on there by Bennett Langgang of Mandan. As we got 1:39 to play in the contest. Hat trick tonight for Marcus Butts of the Sabres. Fourth tally for Josiah Will. Aarons has it for the Braves. Far side, Barrett. Down the sideline, there we go. I did it again. Golly, I was getting so close. Barrett was trying to get it to Fox, taken away at center ice. Aarons put some lumber there on Caleb Johnson. Sent back in by Keelan. Keelan leaves it for the big guy Fox. Back to Keelan. Point to Fleck. Shot blocked. Loose in front, whacked at, and sent down. Wave off icing. And we got 50 seconds to play. As Fleck evades, sends it out of the zone. Sent right back in by Legacy. Bouncing puck now on the stick of Aarons. And he shoots it all the way down. It's on net, so no icing with a half minute to play. Legacy is going to win their 7th contest of the year. Their record's going to move to 7-8. As a puck loose. Ooh, there the jinx is almost in full effect. Bachmeyer with a slap shot from the point. Kept in by Mandan. Barrett centers. And now sent down. And an icing call and a defensive zone draw to the blocker side of Tyler Miller with 2.3 seconds to play. See if the Braves can muster up a shot here on a offensive zone draw. Barrett can't do it, and there's your final horn.
No jinx.
No jinx. Good. I didn't want to have you have that hanging over my head for a long time. Mandan falls to 6-11 on the campaign. Legacy 7-8, and now their record is an even 6-6 in WDA play. Mandan will fall to 6-8 in conference play. The Sabres will pick up 3 points tonight with the win. Our Planning Team Financial Advisors postgame show comes up next. The teams line up and shake hands. I hope they're going to put the shots up there. I was hanging on before they went to break. If they're just going to announce them, I had to write them down. But our Planning Team Financial Advisors post-game show comes up next. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors here to help you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit them online at planningteam.com. Final score on your BNC Bank scoreboard, it's Legacy 4, Mandan 0, our post-game. After this break on the PSP Network.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, LLC, doing business as Goss Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
The North Dakota Safety Council is dedicated to preventing injuries and saving lives by offering hundreds of safety courses. The NDSC helps workers return home safely every night and make sure schools are ready for any emergency. Our first aid training and defensive driving courses help save lives. We empower people through personal protection courses and operational risk assessments for businesses. We're a private, nonprofit organization committed to making North Dakota's homes, schools, communities, workplaces, and roads the safest in the nation. Learn more at ndsc.org.
We're back at the VFW, putting a wrap and a bow on tonight's, to this afternoon's broadcast. Hope you enjoyed it. WDA boys hockey action on the PSP Network. Legacy, good effort. Get a shutout from their goalie, Tyler Miller, even though I tried to get the broadcaster jinx on him. And Legacy wins this one 4-0 over the Mandan Braves. Hey, you get a shutout, you get a hat trick. I mean,
a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything today for Mandan. Look at the final numbers as Sabres outshoot Mandan tonight 26-20. And from a goalie standpoint, Tyler Miller saw 20 shots, stopped 20 shots. Langang finishes the night stopping 22 out of 26 shots for the Mandan Braves. All right, a couple things to do in our Planning Team Financial Advisors post-game show. Are you helping clients work towards financial freedom? Planning Team Financial Advisors brings you tonight's post-game show. As first, Layne, let's give you our Jobbers Move of the Game. Brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. They can help you move across town or across the country. Locations in Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online at jobberswarehouse.com. And hey, number one tonight gets a shutout, and I think we're leaning towards him for our Jobbers Move of the Game tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a big part of or big spot in the game. Mandan's on the power play. They finally get it set up. They go tic-tac-toe, and the guy's wide open, right on top of the crease. It was a really nice play by Mandan. Scores 1-0 at the time. He tries to go backhand, forehand. Nice poke check by Miller, and really, to me, that's, and then they come down to make it 2-0. So it's either 1-1 there and probably a different game. But obviously a big save there and allowed them to keep the lead and keep momentum.
Yeah, exactly. And, hey, Miller was good again tonight. He's going to improve on his 91% save percentage and his 2.33 goals against average. So those numbers are going to go down with his 2.66 goals against average. So those things are going down tonight as he pitches the shutouts, and Legacy gets 3 big points tonight. That's your Jobbers Moving and Storage move of the game. Their step-by-step approach to move management keeps everybody on the same page. Jobbers Moving and Storage with locations in Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online at jobberswarehouse.com. All right, our upcoming PSP schedule. You got basketball tonight, Mandan at Minot. Basketball on Tuesday night, Minot at Bismarck High in a boys and girls doubleheader, and Legacy at Mandan in a girls and boys doubleheader. That's on Tuesday night. Next hockey action for us, Minot at the Starion Sports Complex on Thursday. That's January 27th, Minot and Mandan. That's our next hockey action. All right, Layne, last thing for us, it's our Player of the Game, brought to you by Sport Clips. They're located at South 3rd Street in Bismarck. They're home to the MVP haircut experience. Tonight's Sport Clips MVP is... right?
Marcus Butts.
Marcus Butts.
It's not the fans. No hats on the ice for a hat trick. Those are rare, and it's well-deserved he gets it.
Yep, we should have seen a rink full of lids tonight, but... Marcus Butts gets the hat trick. He gets 3 points tonight, 3 assists as well for Caleb Moore. He assisted on all those Butts goals, and then a goal in the fourth period, fourth goal of the night in the third period by Josiah Will, assisted on there by Easton Mose and Avery McMahon. There's your tallies tonight for the Legacy Sabres. All right, that'll put a wrap on our broadcast. Hey, thanks, man. I couldn't say thanks anymore for keeping me out of the ditch as much as you did in this hockey contest.
Yeah, I don't know, if you say three games, I don't know. There's some guys I know they're giving you some heck for maybe saying quarters or something, but it's a pretty good call. So anytime, I appreciate it. It's awesome.
Hey, man, we'd love to have you back. Anytime the schedule works out, we'll certainly give you a call. All right, that'll put a wrap on our broadcast tonight. Big thanks to all of our in-game sponsors. That's BNC National Bank. You got your Shields pregame. Our intermissions brought to you by Hubbard National Insurance. Postgame, as always, brought to you by Planning Team Financial Advisors, our Sports Clips MVP, and your Jobbers Move of the Game. For our cameraman tonight, John Haugen, my partner Layne Sedevie, Todd Domres repeating your final score. It's Legacy in shutout fashion taking care of the Mandan Braves 4-0 in this WDA boys hockey matchup. Till next time, fans, thanks for joining us, and so long from the VFW Sports Arena.
Comes back away down to Off-Root, and Off-Root sends it forward to Luck. Luck's got a 2-on-1 into the zone. Luck dropped it back. Morellington shoots. He scores! Oh, what a twisted wrister from Morelli. He made no doubt about it. Short-handed goal for the Magi. They lead 2-0.
This broadcast presentation on the PSP Network is brought to you by BNC National Bank, Planning Team Financial, Sport Clips, Tires Plus, Bismarck Lasik, First Western Bank and Trust, Jobbers Moving and Storage, The Medicine Shop, Hub International Insurance, The Chuppy Clinic, and Prairie Rose Family Dentists. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, LLC, doing business as Goss Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.